Okay, so students, I will start this tutorial. So, the purpose of this tutorial is to show how Arduino can be installed and how the ESP32 ESP32 programs can be added to Arduino. Okay, so first of all, let me go to Arduino. Okay, so let me go to the website arduino.cc. So the website name is arduino.cc. Okay, so some of you may have already completed this, but I am just for completeness I am going to start from the beginning itself. Okay, so let's say go to products and then click Arduino IDE. Okay, and download. So let me download this. Okay, so now I am going to install Arduino IDE. So you can select anyone who uses this computer, that is more appropriate. But if you select anyone who uses this computer option, then you will need to give administrator privileges. So when you click the next button, this window will open and you have to click yes. And possibly for some systems, very few systems, you have to enter your password also, the administrator password. Okay, so next you click I agree. You can choose the default location to install it and then let it install. So this will take around 5 minutes depending on the system that you are installing on. On some systems it will install quickly, on other systems it will take around 5-10 minutes. So I will pause the recording here and wait for it to complete. Okay. Okay, so now the recording has completed and now I will click finish and I will also enable the checkbox to run Arduino IDE after the installer is finished. Okay, so I'll click finish and let the Arduino IDE run. Okay, so let me see if the okay, let it. So you need to have a internet connection enabled right now when Arduino IDE is starting up. Okay, so next you go here to this board shape, this hardware icon, you go here and then you click, and what you do is you click ESP32. Okay, so what I, so the from previous installs my ESP32 is already installed here. So let me just pause a minute, I will remove it first. So if you, for your, in your case ESP32 will not be installed. Okay, in my case, because I had installed Arduino earlier, ESP32 is already enabled here. So let me first of all remove it. Okay, so I'll come back to you when it is finished removing. So for demonstration purposes I am removing it so that I can show you what to install. Okay, right. So what you need to do is in the search box here in board manager, sorry, in boards manager here, you type ESP32 and you select this one, ESP32 by Espressif Systems. Espressif is the company that makes the microcontroller that is used in ESP32. Okay, so we click install and wait for it to complete. So I will pause the video and let it complete. So okay, now we can see that there is a remove button here. If the remove button comes here, that means the ESP32 the ESP32 library has been installed. Okay, so let me just minimize this window and let me just close this window. Okay, so now in my case already the ESP32, so let me connect the ESP32 board first of all and show you. Okay, so the ESP32 that we are using, that I purchased for you, is called ESP32 devkit 1. Okay, so I have connected the ESP32 board to my laptop. So what you do is, then you go here. Okay, you write this. I am at the Windows icon at the bottom left, right? So at the bottom left you have the Windows menu. You go there and you right click. When you right click, you are presented with a series of options. Choose device manager. Okay, choose device manager and go here. Okay, so now under device manager, in my case here my ESP32 will appear as a Silicon Labs CP210X. Okay, so ports common LPT Silicon Labs CP210X, but that will only happen if the driver software is installed. Okay, you need to install a specific separate driver software. Only then will the ESP32 come under this ports COM and LPT. Okay, so before that, what you need to do is you need to install the driver. Okay, for you this will come as unknown device. So instead of ports, COM and LPT, for you it will be showing unknown device, and under unknown device you will be showing some Silicon Labs something else. Okay, right. And this COM4 will not be showing if the driver is not installed. So let me first of all install the driver. Let me go to a web browser and type CP2102, sorry, CP2102 driver download. Okay, so you go to this website, Silicon Labs, and this will be the page, CP210X USB to UART bridge VCP drivers. Okay, now go to downloads. Under downloads, take the universal driver CP210X universal Windows driver. Select that and let it download. Okay, so I'm going to let it download. Already I have downloaded it. So then what you do is open the folder where it is downloaded and you right click, you what do you say, you extract all and you give extract. Okay, so now a separate window will open containing the unzipped contents of the zip file. Now what you do is you go back to device manager and you click the unknown device and then you right click update driver. Okay, and then you click browse my computer for drivers and you browse, and this window, this small window will open. So my driver is installed in D drive tools CP210X and that folder name. Okay, so I do the same thing. I go to this PC, I go to D drive, I go to, in my case it is tools, and then I go to CP210X universal Windows driver 1. This is my folder name. This was my folder name, so I will select this. Okay, where I extracted the zip file. So I click this and I click OK. Then I click next. Okay, so then it will say that it is installing the driver, and then it will say Windows has successfully installed your drivers. Right. So now my ESP32 is able to communicate with my laptop through USB. If I do all this, so click OK, and then your ESP32 will come under ports, COM and LPT. Okay, this section. Right, so let me minimize this window and I will go back to Arduino. Okay, so then what I do is I will try to test if my connection is correct and I will try to program the ESP32. So I go to file, examples, basics, blink. Okay, and I will take this program. So in the case of ESP32, I cannot use LED built-in. I have to use pin number 2. So pin mode, pin number 2 output, detail write pin number 2 high and detail write pin number 2 low. we have to make these three changes. Okay, wherever LED built-in is written, you have to replace it with the number 2. Okay, and then what you do is you go to tools, you go to boards, you go to ESP32, and then you select ESP32 dev module. Okay, so your board is ESP32 devkit 1 version 1. So you select ESP32 development or dev module, select, and now that menu has gone, again you go to tools, you go to ports, and if you are connecting only one serial device to your computer, only one serial device will show up in this port section. Select that port, select that serial device and click enter. And then what you do is, there are two arrows here, a tick arrow, so there are two icons here, a tick icon and a right arrow, and now you click the right arrow. If you click the right arrow, the program will compile and it will be uploaded to your ESP32. Okay, so now I will not pause the video, I will show you exactly what is happening when you try to program the ESP32. Okay, so now it is programming the ESP32. It is able to connect and is able to program. So when you get the line hard resetting via RTS pin, that means the ESP32 has been programmed. And now since the outside, now the ESP32 in my connected to the laptop is able to blink this LED on and off. Okay, so now it is blinking the LED according to this program, right? So these are the steps you need to do in order to get your ESP32 to connect and program with your laptop. Okay, right. So I am stopping the video now.